Hello, everyone. With 30 days left for CAT, we hope your preparation is in full swing. If not, don't panic, as the last 30 days are more challenging days when it comes to CAT preparation, as many aspirants feel demotivated because of the low mark score and poor accuracy, etc. We feel you. We, the students of IIM Nagpur, came up with the CAT series where we'll be sharing our personalized tips and tricks so that it will help you to ace the CAT. Welcome to the first part of Ace the Cat series on VARC. My name is Vijay Dev, and here we have Akshit, Sanchit, Shruti, Mahima, and Abhilek. And let's get started. Planning is one of the most important of our cat preparation. Mahima, can you share how did you plan for the last 30 days?
Sure, Vijay. So I had basically three mantras in place. Like practice is definitely the key, but there's a catch. You need to take time practice this. So I would practice 3 RCs a day with a timer on, and then I would track my progress on daily basis. Then I focused on increasing my reading as well as comprehension speed. Most students make this mistake of just increasing the reading speed, but that alone really doesn't help. And then I had a strategy in place for every section, be it RCs, para jumbles, odd one out. It would help me save a lot of time while attempting my question paper.
That's great. Sanchit, how did you prepare for the last 30 days?
My last 30 days strategy was simple. Redo the things that I have already done. Redo the questions in my mock and that I have already attempted. It was my time to revise. I revised level 1, level 2 CAT papers, and together with it, I revised my mock papers. Analyzed my errors that are very important. Just by doing it again and again, or doing more and more of mocks that are not going to help unless you analyze why I was going wrong and unlearn those errors that I was making and relearn the right way to find the answer. Because in the comprehension, the answer is in the paragraph itself. So, how to find that answer? And now you know the right answer. So, where to look for it? And that, what were you missing out? So, at least 70 to 100 comprehension is what I was targeting for in the case of redoing and new questions combined, like 50 questions of redoing or 50 questions of solving new. This was my mantra for the last 30 days.
Cool. But Sanchit, I was very good at my planning and even tried my best, pushed myself for execution as well. However, I couldn't perform in my mocks. So, how did you attempt your mock? I mean, what was your test taking strategy?
I had a simple breakup rule of 10, 20, 10. The first 10 minutes doing verbal, 4 or 5 questions that I was sure about. The next 20 minutes was to comprehension, doing at least 10 questions. So 2 minutes per question is what I was looking at. Then I have 10 minutes left and 15 questions I have already done. The next 3 minutes I would take in choosing the question. And the last 5, 6 minutes doing a short RC of 2, 3 questions, or if I wanted to attempt 2, 3 more VA questions, whatever I found it easy. That was my solving strategy.
That's great. But everyone has a different strategy. So, Abhilek, can you share us your mock taking strategy?
For me, what worked the most was prioritizing RC. One way I did this was by the strategy called pace up the passage. This strategy is based on the observation that most RC reveal their central theme within the first 2 paragraphs. So try slow reading to get to the theme of the passage. And once you get there, pace up the reading of the subsequent paragraphs.
Now, let's talk about the lion's share, which is RCs, which has one third of the weightage of the CAT paper. So, Shruti, can you share how did you approach these RCs?
I think everybody has a different strategy when it comes to RCs, right? I'll tell you what worked for me. I think for RCs, go paragraph by paragraph. While you read a paragraph, jot down the important details you find in a para. You can skim down the unnecessary details like factual details. You can completely skim them down. No, simply note down the paragraph which contains these details. In case the question asks for it, you can always revisit this paragraph, revisit that para in case the question asks for it. Look for the question pockets. Now, what are these question pockets? These contain the basic connectors, if, however, because. These sentences are very, very important. which contain these connectors, these question pockets. Read the first and the last 2 lines of every paragraph. Read them very, very carefully. They are very important. Do not skim any details from there. And once you're done reading all the paragraphs, ask yourself, what was the main message? What was the flow? What was the overall tone of the passage? And then attempt the questions. This worked for me.
But I used to struggle with picking up RCs. And when the clock is ticking, it used to be very tough. And so, Akshat, how did you tackle this?
Well, this is one of the dilemmas which everyone falls into. I am damn sure that most of us would have fallen into it as well. And most of the people who are actually watching this video and would be our viewers would be facing the same kind of dilemma. So there can be multiple approaches, but I will focus on few of them, maybe two of them which I actually follow. The first one and the foremost one is that read the middle and the first para and try to form the idea of the passage. And by the idea of the passage, I actually mean to say that if in case you find yourself interested enough in the idea that the passage is delivering after those two paras, you have to attempt that passage. Because if in case you are able to form the idea of a 500 or a 600 word passage just by reading 150 or 200 word maybe, that means that you have developed an interest towards it, and it would be easier for you to attempt and maybe attempt all the questions with accuracy for that particular passage. Another approach could be that you can analyze the type of questions which are asked in that particular passage. So most of us find ourselves facing a particular dilemma towards inference-based questions, maybe towards fact-based questions, maybe towards thought extension question, maybe. And if in case we are comfortable with the type of questions which are particularly asked in that particular RC, let's suppose we are reading an Economic Times RC, which is consisting of all the fact-based questions for that matter. If in case you are comfortable, we should particularly attempt that RC first, because it will save us a lot of time, because obviously we are confident in that particular type of RC, and accuracy would be higher. So just a suggestion which I actually faced during my mocks as well as during my preparatory phases, that if in case a particular RC is having a lot of inference-based questions, you should not attempt it, or maybe you should keep it for last, because it depends upon your preparation. You might end up doing every question correct of that particular RC, but you might end up losing a lot of time, and CAT is all about saving as much time as you can, because you never know which question which actually dump you into a sewage and you find yourself in all this. So this would be the strategy.
Yeah, now I've chosen an RC and invested some time and started solving it. And we usually get stuck between two options and eventually pick the wrong one. So Mahima, how did you manage to pick the right option?
Well, Vijay, this is the most common dilemma which we students face and then end up losing our marks. If I was stuck between two similar options, what I would do is I would try to evaluate the options based on the meaning or the idea that the options are giving out, rather than just comparing them word to word. It's this is a trick that paper setter plays with students. They just give the exact meaning and exact words, and then they would try to confuse the students. So here you need to, here the students need to look out for the idea or the meaning basically. And then I would say that be very proficient with the elimination techniques, like, distortion, extreme views, generalization, out of scope. Because if you're proficient now in these techniques, it would be very easy for you to eliminate the options. Elimination technique also reduces the time you are taking to attempt the question. So that is how I went about it.
Yeah, that's nice. And last but not least, how to improve the overall accuracy in the VRC session. Because a wrong answer, we generally have a perception that it gives -1, but it actually takes -4 from the overall score. So how do you improve your overall accuracy?
I'd like to take this first.
Yeah, sure.
There are a few points I followed to increase my accuracy during the exam. First of all, I took some time to analyze the section. Very quickly, I went through all the questions and made a strategy on how I'm going to attempt them. It helped me in remembering which type of questions came next when I was actually solving the paper. Next, I tried to focus on what the author wanted to convey and not just on what I wanted to interpret. Most of the topics in RC are familiar, so it becomes essential that we set aside our bias and check the passage for the facts available in it. And although we are concentrating on accuracy, it is important to remember to not get stuck in a question. Getting into trap of a single question will lose you valuable time during the exam. Shruti, would you like to add anything to this?
Yeah, I think practice is the key. Give a lot of mocks, only then you will be able to know what works for you. Identify your strengths and weaknesses. And once you're able to identify what your strengths and weaknesses are, see what works for you, what you're most comfortable with. Is it RCs? Is it VA? Pick up your strongest section first and just go for it. And then try attempting the rest in case the time permits. Sanjit, would you like to add something?
I think Shruti and Abhilek has covered most of the points. I just want to say that the number of questions doesn't matter. Number of correct questions that you solve does. Your accuracy is what will get you the marks. So solve less, but solve correct. This is going to be really, really helpful, guys.
That's great. Thank you guys for the insightful strategies and all. Hope our viewers got some value addition. That's it for today, aspirants. We'll be back with DILR, quantitative ability, and last minute preparation video. Stay tuned and all the best. We are excited to see you here. Thank you.